Now let's go on to other stories. An Ashanti Regional Deputy Minister, Elizabeth Agyemang, says she's confused over the petition from the coalition of unemployed bonded nurses to the president. The group today took to the street to demonstrate against delay in the employment by the Ministry of Health. The members of the group today marched across 6 regional capitals, which include Wa, Bolgatanga, Cape Coast, Kumasi, and Tamale. Elizabeth Agyemang further told agitated members she's frustrated over forwarding the document to the president after the group earlier submitted through the Chief of Staff, Nanaya Ojima, followed the nurses on a demonstration today in Kumasi and has filed this report.
The Deputy Minister says several meetings between her office to get the group to rescind its decision on today's demonstration had failed to yield dividend. The nurses had marched through Kumasi as part of a nationwide regional action, except for Greater Accra. Here is Deputy Regional Minister Elizabeth Agyemang.
I told you to bring me the petition so that I will go and give it to the Chief of Staff peacefully. Luckily, she was here on Friday, so I took the letter and gave it to her. And she has promised to do whatever she can to support you, to help you. And now again you are on the streets demonstrating. If you give me these letters, where am I taking them to? Because you brought them to me and I've already given them out to the Chief of Staff. Where do you want me to send this one? Thank you very much. The president is not around. She is the one taking over. And since you have given me these same letters, I have also given them out to her. Where do you want me to take them to? I told you that my minister is not around and I don't want to see people demonstrating while he's away. And I said, why even Kumasi? When you came, you were 4. 3 of you from Accra, Tamale, and so, and 1 from Kumasi. And I said, why? I questioned you, why are you demonstrating in Kumasi? After all, whatever you want will be done in Accra. So why don't you demonstrate in Accra but in Kumasi?
Meanwhile, the nurses are planning what they call a million walk against government if it fails to employ all bonded nurses within 2 weeks. Leaders say they have had to resort to the action after repeated discussion with the government on the issue yielded no positive results. They cite the last meeting with the Ministry of Health, which told them they would have to wait longer because the ministry had already exceeded its budgetary allocation. Daniel Obo is one of them.
And we told her that we wanted to hear from her prior to the due date for the pending demonstration, of which on Monday the minister himself came to promise that on Tuesday, that's the next day, financial clearance will be released to us. Today is Wednesday, and on the whole of yesterday we never heard anything from them, which means the usual promises which they keep giving us in field is still continuing, of which our members couldn't bear it, and for that matter we had to still resort to street possession, of which for Ghanaians to also know that we are home, we are done with what we're supposed to do as students and as trained nurses, and for that matter the government ought to employ us, but we are still at home and the government is still adhere to that.
So if today's demonstration refuses to yield any results, what is the next line of action? The
next line of action is we left Greater Accra out of the various regional demonstration. And for that matter, next 2 weeks from today, if you don't hear anything from the government, we are marching, all the other regions are marching straight away to Greater Accra, of which we will do 1 million walk and end it at the Jubilee House. With that, we wouldn't leave the Jubilee House until what we are demanding is given.
Reporting for JoyNews, Nanaya Ojima, Kumasi.
So you heard members of the Coalition of Public and Private Nurses, and in the studio with me is Richmond Asmening Mafo, who is the acting president for the private nurses. You're welcome on the Pulse. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So exactly what are your concerns?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Our concerns are a lot, but the main one is delayed clearance and posting for the unemployed nurses who is at home currently. Yes, so...
Okay, but what conversations or what have you had with the government? Have you had any meetings with the Ministry of Health, and have you had some assurances?
Yes, as for the meetings, we have had countless ones. From last year, We started a meeting with them from last year. They've been giving us promises upon promises, but no fruit. We don't see the results.
Okay.
Anytime we get the encounter with them, they give us promise.
Okay, what kind of promises are you talking about?
They tell us they've submitted our list to the Ministry of Finance, and that's all that they are doing, the Ministry of Health, is they are just waiting upon Ministry of Finance for the clearance so that they can give us the posting for us to start work. Okay. But we've been home since, some of our colleagues have been home since 2011. They are still at home. And they keep giving us this promising upon promising, but no action is being done.
So for this one, who did you present? You presented your petition to the Deputy Regional Minister.
Actually, we had the demonstration across 6 regional capitals.
Okay.
We had it in Wa, Baligatanga, Tamale, Ho, Cape Coast. Yes. I think this region. So we submitted the petition to all the regional ministers across this.
And what has been the response?
As at now, we haven't gotten any response yet. They said they are going to forward all the petition to the president, and after that, they will get back to us.
So what exactly do you want government to do?
To give us our clearance.
Okay.
So that
what was the last promise that was
given to us by the minister himself, Honorable Kokwajima Menu. That was, I think, last 2 weeks.
Okay.
When the ministry heard that we are about to hit the streets to do this demonstration, he came and told us that the clearance might come yesterday. Which was just yesterday.
Okay.
And as we sit here, we haven't gotten any clearance yet.
But so have you exhausted the internal mechanism? Because if it was just yesterday that it was supposed to come and it didn't come, did you approach the ministry to find out why it didn't come?
Yes, I personally contacted the PRO for Ministry of Health, and the same story that he said, they are still working on it. So even if the minister said yesterday and it didn't come, they are still working on it. So we should wait.
Okay.
I think they were just trying to do something to stop our demonstration. Okay. But we told them nothing can stop us. The only thing that can stop us is the clearance. Okay. And by this time, we are not going in for any word of mouth promise. Okay. We want the physical something. We want to see action. Okay. Before we can believe anything.
Okay, so after this demonstration, what next for the coalition of public and private nurses?
Yes, after this, like my other colleagues said, we are going to have, the first demonstration that we did was in Accra. That was the first one. And we gave the government an ultimatum, which we have exhausted that. That's why we did a regional demonstration. So after that, after this demonstration, we are giving the government 3 weeks ultimatum. After that, we will all come to Greater Accra, where the seat of government is. Then we have our 1 million walk to the Jubilee House. Okay. And we are going to settle there until this time around. We are not going to the Ministry of Health or Ministry of Finance. Right. We are going straight to the Jubilee House to settle down there until our clearance is being given to us.
All right, so we wish you all the best in this endeavor, and we hope that the President or the Ministry of Health will hear your cry and come to your aid. Many thanks to you for coming to the studio.